Hello, everybody. Hello, happy Monday. Welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song. As we start a brand new week, we are this week Carpe Dieming from Carpe Diem Arts. So we're having a Carpe Diem Seize the Day week. We're going to sing and talk all week long about seizing the day. And I am delighted to be here. Everybody, let's take a deep Monday breath. Lovely, thank you. I can never figure out if Mondays are like the best thing or the worst thing that ever happened. Sometimes both all at once. Welcome everybody out there on Facebook Live. We're glad you've joined us today in the Daily Antidote. And I want to thank everybody for being here today. I'm going to shout out Anna Alter, who's running our tech today. Thank you, Anna, the new assistant to the Daily Antidote of Song. And my heavens, what she is accomplishing is just amazing. And we're very grateful for her. I want to say hello to Maggie Wheeler, who is our song leader for the day. Glad you're here, Maggie. Can't wait to sing this beautiful song again. And Issei Barnwell is in the house joining us today from DC. Issei, we're really glad you're here. Welcome. And I want to say hi to Claire in Boise. Glad to see you back again. Nice to have you. And Pat, Katie Abadou's mom, coming in from Maryland. Hello. Hi, Annette in California. And hello to Deli in Maryland. Hello to Aloysius in his car, so ostensibly in Mass, or maybe not. Hi, Busy Graham, Carpe Diem Arts. Glad to see you today. Hello, Arlene in California. Nice to have you. What a great smile. Dick and Kathy in Victoria, we're glad you're back in the house again. It was really nice to spend this whole past week with you, and we're looking forward to more of you in the future. Hello to Jan. Nice to have you today. Maybe Illinois, but I'm not sure. Hello to Sheila in Florida and Susan in Ohio. Hello to Dan in Virginia. And hello to Hindi in Toronto and Sarah in Texas. And Christiana, who actually came in with Bob yesterday. We were glad to see Bob looking well. Hello, and thank you for being here today. Carolyn in Idaho, great to see you. Dennis Donnelly, who we also got to spend the whole last week with, and what a treat. And hello to Sandy in North Carolina. Glad you're here today. Lynn and Cliff in Vermont, hello and hello. Storm in Massachusetts. Hello, Julie and Ron and Matt in Ontario. Glad you are all here today, or at least two of you that I can see. Hi, Ruth in Birmingham, England. Great to see you. And hello to Susan in Seattle. And hello to Terry. Nice to have you with us today. Becky, nice to have you coming in from British Columbia. And Kate in Charlottesville, hello. Fred in Silver Spring. Hello to Nancy's Irish Cow coming in from Washington State. And Jamie in Victoria. Mabel and Bob in Massachusetts with a plethora of all kinds of cinnamon bear-like objects. Very beautiful. It's great to be cheered up by them today. Hello, Jane in Texas. Nice to see you. And Barb in Virginia. And Carol in Connecticut. And Shari in New Hampshire. Nancy in Vermont. Glad to have you back again. We've missed your smiling face. And folks off video, hello, Harriet in Chicago. Glad you're here. And hello to, let's see, Linda and Penny. Lynn in Connecticut. Ryan and Hoda is in the house. Yay, Hoda. And I think I've got everybody who I can see right now. If I've missed you, I'm sorry, but we'll definitely get you on the goodbye end of things. So I would like to turn the floor over to Maggie Wheeler, who is bringing a song to us today that I got to hear her sing once. I'm not sure, was it in your thing or in Emma's Rev thing?
I think it was the Emma's Rev thing.
And it was so amazing. I've been thinking about it ever since. So Maggie, the floor is yours. We're looking forward to learning and singing with you.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be back here, and I'm so excited to be here on this day that we're seizing. And this song is called Maybe I'll Sing. I wrote it sort of smack in the middle of last year, and it's a song about how to metabolize all the complex emotional feelings that we are dealing with in every day. All those things seem so heightened in this particular stretch of time for all of us and for so many. So this is a song called Maybe I'll Sing. And I know you are all going to catch on to it quickly, and I hope you will sing it out loud with me. Here is how it goes. I'm finding the key. Maybe I'm... Great. Okay. So it goes like this. It goes, maybe I'm sad, maybe I'm mad, maybe that's why my body feels bad. So let's just do a tiny bit of call and response, then you're going to get it, and we'll just go, okay? I sing, maybe I'm sad, maybe I'm sad, maybe I'm mad, maybe I'm mad, maybe that's why my body feels bad, maybe that's why my body feels bad, maybe I'm sad, maybe I'm sad, maybe I'm hurt, Maybe I'm hurt. Maybe my brain's on high alert. Maybe my brain's on high alert. We're just a little bit more of learning and then we're going in. Maybe I'll sing. Maybe I'll sing. Maybe I'll shout. Maybe I'll shout. Maybe I'll let my feelings out. Maybe I'll let my feelings out. And then it's going to say, maybe I'll stand in the rain. Maybe I'll let go of my pain. And it goes on and on until it says, maybe I'll sing. Maybe I'll sing. Maybe I'll sing. Okay, I know you're going to get it, and it repeats like that over and over. The lyrics are in the chat. Let's do it. You'll hear harmonies come in. Feel free to sing them. Here we go. Maybe I'm sad, maybe I'm mad, maybe that's why my body feels bad. Maybe I'm sad, maybe I'm hurt, maybe my brain's on high alert. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll shout, maybe I'll let my feelings out. Maybe I'll stand in the rain, maybe I'll let go of my pain. Maybe I'll trust, maybe I'll pray, maybe that's how I'll find the way. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing. Maybe I feel dark despair, maybe that's why I can't get air. Maybe I'm laden down with grief, maybe that's why I need relief. Maybe I'll cry, maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll let my true voice ring. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll see, maybe I'll let myself be free. Maybe I'll dance, maybe I'll run, maybe I'll stand out in the sun. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing. Maybe I'm sad, maybe I'm mad, maybe that's why my body feels bad. Maybe my heart needs to grieve, maybe that's why it's hard to breathe. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll shout, maybe I'll let my feelings out. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll see, maybe I'll let myself be free. Maybe I'll trust, maybe I'll pray, maybe that's how I'll find the way. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing.
Woo! Thank you, Maggie. Absolutely love it. Maggie, you have this way of compacting into a very small space an entire emotional journey. And what I also really love about that song, now that I'm hearing it again in this space, in the context of Carpe Dieming, is it's kind of like a list of how to Carpe Diem, which I think is really great. All of it, including even the grieving, or all of the ways that we can, like, take the moment where we are and really be present in it and seize that moment to do something for ourselves or for our communities that brings us up. Talk a little bit, if you can, about sort of the emotional impact that you put into it or that you're taking out of it when you sing it.
I feel when I sing this song, I like to move my body. I like to imagine the kind of motion of it. To me, it gives me permission to be human and permission to have all of this stuff running through me, but to be reminded that there's a way out, that there's an outlet, that even if for a moment, as you say, I mean, just singing this moment, this beautiful moment every day where everybody gathers to sing a song is a way of raising your vibration, is a way of letting a little ray of hope in, a way of shifting your mood a little bit. And that's really what the song is about. It's just acknowledging that we all are feeling these things on any given day, and that song is actually an incredible medicinal for your state of mind and your body.
Yep, and that when we put all of that, the song, our everyday song, into our body, that oftentimes it becomes the energy that we then use to help other people around us seize their days, right? So there's a lot of power in what we can do with songs inside of our body when we go out into the world or out into our Zoom world, whatever the case may be.
I think
So
True. And I always just thinking back to a moment in time when we were gathering in person, and I think the effect is the same here virtually. But we always used to sort of acknowledge the ripple effect of what happens when you leave a room full of people singing together, and how you take that into your day, and that kindness and that community and that sense of belonging. It pays itself forward with
I
the people
think
you encounter.
Yep, I think that's really great. So I'm actually going to ask. Dick and Kathy said something yesterday. I'm putting them on the spot, or the day before, or any day last week, about they used the word harmony in a way. Do you guys remember what you said? It was something about harmony of. Can you?
It could have been how we sometimes talk about the importance of vitamin H, harmony. That maybe that was it.
That
Yeah.
was it. That was it. Yep.
Good
And
medicine.
I thought it was very clever, even if I promptly forgot it, but I at least remembered that I thought that there was something clever that you said. So I loved that idea that like it is actually something almost like a vitamin pill that you put into your body and that sits in there and acts all day long as it dissolves, right? And so thank you for that, because I know a lot of folks talked about the fact that harmony is one of the things that they missed the most when the pandemic hit and we all found ourselves sitting in our homes, some of us alone and unable to harmonize at all. And it's great actually that we have Issei here today, because one of the Issei was in our first week when we opened this program. She sang with us the very first week, and somebody wrote to me afterwards. Actually, that person is also in the room. It's Susan in Ohio, and said, "I just did a duet with Issei Barnwell." Because it's exactly what we're doing, right? Like here we are singing these fabulous, it's harmonizing, but we'd never get to hear our voices blend just with Maggie's in real time, right? Or just with Issei's. And so here we are getting this like, it's the plus while we face the minuses, right? So we can't quite harmonize like we like, but here's this other really special thing we get to do. And so Maggie, do you want to say anything, or Issei, about who you've gotten to blend your voices with during the pandemic, or anything?
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, I just want to take a moment to say, I wouldn't I'd be doing any of this if it weren't for Issei Barnwell. She was my first really profound teacher and mentor in the work of community singing. I was a long time student of hers, and from the very first time we met, which was, I don't know, Izai, what was it like? I don't know, 40 odd years ago. I can't remember anymore. But I remember the feeling. I remember sitting in that. It was the first workshop she ever taught. And it was a 7-day workshop called Black Choral and Congregational Singing at the time. And we were all up there at the Omega Institute. And at the end of that week, I thought to myself, if I just had a little suitcase and I could just take it with me, I would follow her and just learn from her, because she's the most extraordinary teacher to date that I've ever encountered, in terms of her generosity, her expertise, the spirit that she infuses in all of her participants, and the belief in themselves, and then the magnificent product that gets created out of that environment of trust and belief. So anyway, Izai, always, that's all.
Thank you, Maggie.
It's
That
always.
So do
I
either
won't
one
go
of
into
you?
the I won't go into the list of things. I won't go into the list of things that I get from all of you. So I do it because of what comes back to me. So
That is
it's
true.
mutual. Yeah.
I feel that way too.
That
Um,
that was one of the surprises about the room, is the way that the artists actually also got the feedback loop from, different again from performing live, but like that there was actually a two-way, was just a beautiful, happy accident of this room and of other rooms like it. So do either one of you, Maggie or Issei, remember anything specific about what you sang? Any of the songs that actually happened in that 7-day time together?
Back in the days of cassettes and recording, I have the entire week. So yes, I remember every single thing that happened. Uh,
That's really great.
yeah, I'm now, of course, now I can't pull up a single song, but yeah,
Oh no, that's all right.
we
Yeah,
sang, as Melanie Demore likes to say, we sang our lips off.
that's awesome. So, Maggie, I know you've got some things coming up, and Issei, I don't want to put you on any sort of a spot, but if you feel like singing out a verse of anything that you're feeling moved about, you always are welcome to take the floor if you want to contemplate that for a moment while we talk about Maggie's upcoming thing, or do you actually already know something you feel like singing?
Actually, I would have to contemplate. So keep
Okay.
going.
All right, I'll keep going. Not hard for me. I'll keep babbling. Maggie, tell us about your upcoming amazing sounding
Let's
day?
see. I will say, well, there's so many nice, exciting things happening, and I'm in the midst of my virtual choir session, and we're having a really good time. So that's very exciting. We're working toward a virtual concert on December 19th. I'll have two live virtual performers, the amazing David Wilcox and the absolutely wonderful Luke Wallace, who is a fantastic climate activist out in Canada fighting for the safety of the old growth forests, and he's going to be performing with us too. So I'm excited about that. I am hosting an amazing workshop on November 7th. Zusa Gonçalves will be joining us from Brazil, teaching body music and body percussion, and he is a genius. If you've never had the chance to take a class with him, this is an amazing opportunity to do it. He's the most loving, fun, warm, accessible guy, and he gives everybody an opportunity to discover what it is to use their body in a percussive way and to sing along with it. And I absolutely love him. So I'm so excited. All of that's at goldenbridgechoir.com. And as a matter of fact, I just thought a second ago that this song, Maybe I'll Sing, I believe is also available as a single on the homepage of my website. Okay, goldenbridgechoir.com.
Beautiful. Thanks, Maggie. I'm looking forward to all of your events. Maggie's events, for anyone who has never gotten to one of them, I totally recommend that you jump on one of Maggie's events. They are just really spectacular. And I know lots of us travel around in some of the same rooms. And a shout out to the folks who showed up yesterday for the Constructive White Conversations group. That was really amazing. And there is another one this Wednesday, the Baltimore group. So please join us on Wednesday night. I think it's 7, but don't count on that. You do have to RSVP in advance. So check their website and make sure you've gotten RSVP'd so you get the link. It's really, really, really amazing to get to sit around and talk about ways we're going to try and make our world a better place, and to learn the way that we can learn in those groups. So thanks and shouts out to everybody in this room because I know lots of you have come to them. I'm going to just check in with Issei Barnwell over there, see whether or not she's feeling anything about singing.
Ooh. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who we are. Well, we are our grandmother's prayers, and we are our grandfather's dreamings, and we are the breath of our ancestors. We are the spirit of God, mothers of courage and fathers of time. We are daughters of dust and the sons of great visions. We're sisters of mercy and brothers of love. We are lovers of life. We are the builders of nations with people that are I'm watching you. I got so entranced with what you were singing. I was like, oh, where am I in this song?
I don't know which me, or whether it was me or Maggie you were watching, but I was mostly keeping up with the words and then I forgot some of them. But we just popped them into the chat. So actually, if
Okay.
you want to pick it up for another second, Issa, it was beautiful and everybody
It's
was
okay.
You're good. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Issei Barnwell. That was completely tremendous. It is one of my favorite songs. We've done that song in this room before, and I've sung it in a choral setting with the parts, and I just love, love, love that song. So thank you for choosing that. Just another way of carpe dieming our way into the rest of our week.
Great.
Maggie Wheeler, do you want to say anything else, or would you like to repeat your song?
I will repeat my song, but I just want to say that way back in the day when my choir was first born, and my choir is intergenerational, so I have kids in it. Izai came to my very first concert because Sweet Honey was performing in Los Angeles that weekend, and Izai and Louise and I think one other person came to the concert, which was completely unplanned and really extraordinary. And I don't remember if it was that one or the next one. I think I can't remember. We sang that song, we sang Izai's song, and I had the kids in the audience, and they stood up and they said, "For each child that's born," and then everyone stood up, "A morning star rises," and that's how we started the song. So,
Wow.
memory.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, let's do it. I've got to get back to the right place here. Oh, that's the wrong song. Here it is. Okay, are you ready? We're going to do it again. Maybe I'm sad, maybe I'm mad, maybe that's why my body feels bad. Maybe I'm sad, maybe I'm hurt, maybe my brain's on high alert. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll shout, maybe I'll let my feelings out. Maybe I'll stand in the rain, maybe I'll let go of my pain. Maybe I'll trust, maybe I'll pray, maybe that's how I'll find the way. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing. Maybe I feel dark despair, maybe that's why I can't get air. Maybe I'm laden down with grief, maybe that's why I need relief. Maybe I'll cry, maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll let my true voice ring. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll see, maybe I'll let myself be free. Maybe I'll dance, maybe I'll run, maybe I'll stand out in the sun. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing. Maybe I'm sad, maybe I'm mad, maybe that's why my body feels bad. Maybe my heart needs to grieve, maybe that's why it's hard to breathe. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll shout, maybe I'll let my feelings out. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll see, maybe I'll let myself be free. Maybe I'll trust, maybe I'll pray, maybe that's how I'll find the way. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing. Maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing, maybe I'll sing. Oh my goodness, I inhaled a fly or something. Tell me how did you get? Excuse me.
Thank you so much, Maggie. That was awesome. And so there's the upside. Oh, whoops, I'm still on my. There's the upside.
Thank you all for holding it down while I started to choke on something in the air.
Maggie, if you want to mute for a minute and take a big breath and a big glass of water, whatever you need to do, please feel free. It was beautiful, coughing or no coughing. And I will say that that is one of the upsides, of having your loopy thing going, is like, if you have to actually drop out and breathe, everybody can keep going. And I was watching everybody here holding that song and continuing to sing, and it was really, really beautiful. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
And thanks, Maggie. Let's all give it up for Maggie. Maggie, everybody does the, yeah, there you go. There's the everybody.
Yeah, I got to get out. I've got to go back to gallery and see you all.
Thanks. All right, now thank Maggie because she's on gallery. Woo! Everybody. So yeah, all of the movement. I love the way people are making movements to the songs and picking up and seeing their, the different ways. Cristiano is actually up dancing and other people are swaying and doing this. It's just completely amazing. I want to thank everybody for being here today. I want to thank Anna Alter, who's running the tech today and who's also the reason why the emails have suddenly gotten really interesting. They're like the emails I always wanted to send and never got to manage to do. So Anna, thank you for all the time that's making this community even more special. And Maggie, thank you again for your song. I want to say that I was excited to hear that you said you have a new song you're excited about, because now we can all be excited about Maggie's next appearance in the room with her next song. Yeah. And I want to shout out Ise Barnwell, who just showed up and sang a little bit and chatted with us. It's always great to have you here, Ise. Thank you, everybody on Facebook Live, for joining us today. We can't wait to sing with you again. Please join us for the rest of our week. I'm going to very quickly mention that we have, in no particular order, Reggie Harris hosting his friend Matt Watroba. We have Joe Jenks this week. We have lots of other people. Would have been great if I would have thought about trying to remember who they all were. Colleen Katau is going to be singing with us, Hubby Jenkins, and several other folks. Please join us all week long for some great Carpe Dieming. Thanks again, Facebook, for being